Hey guys, Stealth here and welcome back to Factorio, where today I want to be fixing the amount of iron that is going towards these lower furnaces. As you can see, these lower furnaces are not actually getting any. That's not due to a lack of supply, it's due to this conveyor belt giving me issues. So what I can do is upgrade those to have the fast transport belt. These things are rather expensive to build, in the sense that you need a lot of materials to get them done. But hopefully that should allow me to get a little bit more transport capability here, and allow for a bigger supply to reach these lower six furnaces. And the good news is I can just upgrade a few of them. Of course, at the moment they're not going to be doing that much. Now, of course, I need more iron plates, as per the always. I'm not going to be really getting them here. I can just harvest a bunch of them there, maybe some here. And normal transport belts take 1 iron plate and 1 iron gear. These things take 5 iron gears and 1 transport belt, so they're far more expensive than what you would normally be using. Still, for a situation like this, I think that they could make a change. They could be the solution that I'm looking for. Look at that. Now it's a bit of a rushing point over here. But that's good. I can work with that. Just going to continue to upgrade those. And this one shouldn't need any iron to begin with. See, there we go. I still have a bunch of transport belt left, so I don't need to use that extra stack that I have. Let's see if this fixes it. Yeah, some of these extras are now already getting a little bit of iron. Let's see, this is the faster section. Come on, need a bit more. I might have to do something about that. I might have to set up an automated process where I get the fast transport belts built automatically. Simply to make my life easier. Because I'm probably going to be needing those a lot more. Alright, so this is the fast section, and this is pretty much where it slows down again. I hope that these inserters are going to be fast enough. Yeah, they are fast enough. See, now we're getting somewhere. Now the latter ones are also getting fed, albeit still not enough. I'm also going to need a couple of... holy crap, I'm going to need 100 for that. Alright. Well, let's get that done then. Other than that, in this episode I want to focus a little bit more on solar power, and if possible get an accumulator online. I'm not sure what I would need to get the accumulator. Battery equipment allows me to research batteries, but that's not quite the end of it yet. How about battery Mark II? No. Where's the accumulator? Because you do have one of these things where you can get a large battery stored, or a large battery built, and you can store up your power that you generate with your solar energy. But I haven't quite gotten to that stage yet, as you might have been able to tell. Now, something else that was happening was that one of my... Yep, there it is. Thank you guys for pointing that out. One of these things was not connected yet. Right there. Look at that. And these things are all bottlenecked. We're gonna have to do something about that. Is this working? Yes and no. I'm gonna see if this can fix it. If not, I will have to set up a splitter and use another part to just get a second belt heading south, and for example inserting it there. It's not the most brilliant solution, but it could do the trick. I'm gonna need one of those fast underground belts. Needs a whole lot of iron plates. the moment I have 58. Now 95. There we go. Look at that. Building a fuck ton of iron gear wheels. That's gonna take a while. And then we're gonna be building 2 underground belts and then the upgraded version for it. And there we are. Oh, there's still some sections that are the old part. Yeah, this is the bottleneck right here. Okay. So the fast transport belts don't really fix it. I mean, they fix it a little bit, but not as much as I would like. What would be a good splitting point? Maybe here? And I need to get the power back online here. Alright, let's see if this works. Because right now, this main line is being fed by 2 separate iron belts. And yep, it seems to be working. Because right now, all of these furnaces are being fed. And yes, there are still some of these parts that are not upgraded yet. So let's get that done. And move on to bigger and better projects. Because we still have a lot of solar panels, or a lot of research that's being wasted. Simply because at the moment I do not have enough of these research labs. See? This is what my research labs are stocked to the brim with. Okay, I don't think I'm gonna need the railway anytime soon. Flammables. It's gonna get me rocketry and flamethrowers. Well, that is nice. That's not something that I really need at the moment. Electric distribution, bullet shooting speed, shotgun shell damage, tool belt. Tool belt allows you to get a few more character bar or character items. Fine, I'll get the landfill. Just to get my research lab something to focus on. And I also want to set up a whole bunch of new labs, so, surprise, surprise, I'm going to need new iron. Or more iron plates. Alright, we had a few sections left to do. Doesn't really matter there. I think it now flows pretty freely. Yep, so much so that all of these furnaces are working as intended. Are they also getting enough power? Power supply, 8 times 900, 7200 megawatts. Or 7.2 megawatts. 7200 kilowatts, that is. We're not generating that much demand for it, so it should be fine. I can even upgrade, or at least improve production for the iron plates with a few more of these things. Just a few more. And that should, look at that, now the flow is getting pretty damn good here. This is the amount of iron plate production that I was initially looking for. Okay, let's bring a couple of these with me. Well, a couple, not all of them. And we're gonna have to adjust this sorter a bit. Hang on, I want the upgraded ones. These, the steel furnaces. Alright, landfill researched. Flammables then. As you can see, I'm highly organized. I'm going from one project to the next without finishing the first. Because as I was saying, I want to upgrade the labs. So what am I doing here? Oh shit, those need to be the improved transport belts. Which at the moment I do have some ingredients for, but just not nearly enough. Look at that, it's actually clogging up here. Interesting. So eventually, I'm probably going to have this main bus filled to the brim with iron plates. That's already happening, but it's not moving fast enough. I'm going to have to upgrade that entire section to fast transport belts. Okay, let's make that the focus of this episode. What I'm going to need to do for that is set up an automated machine to do that for me. Some more iron plates, please. Really? 44. How much do I have? 31. Okay. Right, so what we need to do for these things is not too much work. I think 3 of them could do. Where are you? Here. They need iron gear wheels. Those are built in one assembler. The transport belts. Oh, actually I can just use the setup that I already have. These. Flammables researched. Gun turret damage. I can just upgrade these. That's all that I need. Because this little setup here is already doing most of the work for me. Alright, so this one is going to be producing the transport belt fast. You're already producing the iron gear wheels. Let's see. Adjust this one, delete that one. Plunk all of those additional transport belts in there. I have to remove this wire here. There we go. All these transport belts are going to head north. Now what I need you to do is I have a couple of inserters. So the iron gear wheels are going to be produced here and thrown off onto this belt. Then from over there, they're also going to be fed into here. So I'm going to need another inserter or 2, which of course I can't build since I don't have enough iron plates. Okay, so they're now going to be used here, and they're going to be used there. This one should now be getting everything that it needs. And if I could just use one more power pole here. Oh, sorry, this thing is already filled to capacity. That's the problem here, that's the bottleneck. Okay, fast inserter north, standard inserter north. It looks like I'm not producing these gear wheels fast enough, so let's upgrade that one. I'm going to need a few more, you guessed it. Iron plates for that. Gun turret damage complete. Tool belt. Just trying to get as much research done as possible at this point. And yes, there is a method to the madness, if you will. Because what I'm trying to do is just automate the amount of transport belts that I'm building. Reason being that if I manage to improve production for that, I can then work on automating or at least speeding up all of these transport belts here. Whereas if I go for manual or slow transport belts now, I think that I'm going to run into issues eventually right over there. It can work. As you can see right now, I'm producing so much iron that it's not being used anywhere. So that's my concern at the moment. Now right now it seems like I might need one more of these machines that are producing the iron gear wheel. Because there's just not enough going on here. Let's switch this one up for a fast inserter. Now we're getting somewhere. What do you need that you're not getting? You have iron. Oh, sorry. The damn thing's full. That would explain it. Alright, let's see if this is going to be happening fast enough. No, not quite. A fast inserter should make a bit of a difference there. Because this one seems to be the one that slows it down the most. So, the fast inserter, that way please. There you go. This is what I wanted to see. Automation. And I think that I can just boost this production a little bit more. Yeah, this one isn't producing anything at the moment because I'm not using these transport belts from here because I still have 85 of them in there. Alright, moving on. We had the, or at least some, of the transport belt here. Okay. Inserters. We're going to need quite a few of those. We're going to need quite a lot of those, actually. Let's see. 6 so far. This one doesn't have one yet. You're going to need one. One little transport belt here. And of course provide power to these things. Okay, so now we're producing. Now we need to get this stuff transported. I know that right now it's not quite enough yet. But as I'm building inserters, I can head back north. Head over here and take some more of these transport belts. Alright, tool belt research is finished. Let's go for bullet shooting speed next. So far, I gotta say, the biters are not really in the mood to fight me. Which I really don't mind. It makes my life a hell of a lot, well, more relaxed, not having to fight them. Of course, I could imagine that it might make for a little bit more of a boring gameplay, but don't worry. I will take the fights to them, eventually. There, now we're getting such a large supply of iron plates that we should have this stuff much more than we need. Now, this supply is, I think, mostly waiting for iron gear wheels. So since we still have some of this, let's say, iron production left, I need you to be producing the iron gear wheel. Where are my inserters? Here. In, out. Let's upgrade some of these to a fast inserter, because I think that can speed up production even more. See, this assembling machine could arguably have 2 fast inserters working it. Because right now the bottleneck seems to be not the production speed, but the speed at which these things are being loaded in. So the inserter at the moment seems to be fast enough, but it's not getting fed well enough. Let's see if this works. Now we should have a larger supply of iron gear wheels, and as such, a larger supply of these transport belts. Look at that guy. It's almost like he's smacking me constantly. Okay. So, let's speed up this belt. Pretty much for no other reason than I can. And next research project, or next working project, more laboratories. For that, of course, the iron gear wheels are going to be important, and as such, the iron plates. 3 labs. I want to have another, I'd say another 10. That's number 4. I still have some standard transport belts, and for these labs that's enough. I don't need to speed up everything. Alright, section 1. Inserter. 3. We're going to need a few more inserters as well. Bullet shooting speed 2, finished. Grenade damage, I don't have that yet. I'm going to look into the science packs, military science packs and science pack 3, probably next episode. Electric energy distribution. Oh, building these labs takes a long time. See, that's just one more lab that's finished. And of course, I still do not have any of these small electric poles, which means that it's not actually doing anything. Yeah. And so we slowly upgrade and automate. This one's almost done with its standard transport belts supply that I gave it. Oh, look at that. At this point, there are barely enough... Oh, look at that. Iron Throne 1 produced 20,000 iron plates per hour. Nice. This one's barely getting enough iron plates as it is. Interesting. That's down to this one. I'm going to have to adjust that one and feed in the main iron bus here. Because right now it doesn't really seem to be enough. Okay. Labs first. I need one more lab, I think, and that should do it. There's the next lab. 1, 2... And the inserter should be built, or should be getting built, which of course they're not. 1, 2, I think that should cut it. Let's see, lab is done. Transport belt add. One more inserter. And I need one more. Really? Is that enough? Yeah, that's enough. Okay, good. Right. Inserter down here and get to work. 15 labs, all working at peak efficiency. Now it's back to the iron stores. Because what's happening here is that this part is completely bottlenecked, or about to be. And that's down to this little thing here. So we're going to have to go with another fast underground transport belt. I hope that those things have a bit of reach, because normally they simply do not have a lot of range to go under territory or under terrain. And the rest of it, I hope it's going to come out here. And then feed into here. Electric distribution finished. There we go. This should fix it. Because now it's all going on to the main iron bus, if you will. I just hope that, and I don't think it should be an issue, because there's now iron on both sides here. Yeah, they're still only getting onto one side of the transport belt, so that's fine. That's what I was hoping for. Next, I'll take an engine. Automobilism. Okay, so we have the labs. We have the iron speeding along here. We have these things being produced, albeit still a bit slower than I was hoping for. Can we upgrade that one? We can, but we don't really need to. Because right now it still has a supply, but that's about to run out. I'm going to have this thing be a very, very important element of my factory, because I think that eventually everything's going to be transport belt too. So just building one of these things is not going to be enough. Which means we're going to have to do something about either the amount of resources that it's getting, or we're going to have to set up another one of these. If that's the case, then that means that I'm going to split it off somewhere else, not somewhere down here in the middle. Let's do that. That's going to be the last part of this episode. All these machines, stop what you're doing. You're going to get moved to a separate section of the factory. That means that this splitter is no longer required. And we can just have... Yeah, fine, we'll take fast transport belts here. I'd say we have a decent supply. Look at that. All of these furnaces are now full. Okay, you're coming along. All these inserters coming along. Take that gear wheel with us. Right. We're going to split some section off here from the main bus. So we still have a filter inserter for that. That's all I need. This thing is going to bring me iron plates. Start with the end in mind. The end goal is to produce the transport belt 2. Oh, nice. Next research is done. Plastics, fine. The transport belt 2, that's the plan. Where are you? I'm just overlooking it. Yeah, here. Fast transport belt. So we need iron gear wheels and transport belts. I want to have 2 of those factories producing that. It doesn't necessarily have to be here, but I'm just spitballing here. For that, I'm probably going to need 2 lines of iron gear wheels. So, for starters, I'm going to need at least 1 more assembling machine. Holy crap, how much steel or iron plates demand do we have? 4.8, we're producing 5.2. 4.7. Interesting. Because this main bus was full. Now it's not. Oh well. The iron gear wheels need just 1 bit. The iron gear wheels are easy. They just need iron plates. Transport belt 1 needs iron plates and iron gear wheels. Right. So these guys are going to have the iron plates. Next comes the production for the iron gear wheels. Those are going to dump them. Next comes the production... Next comes the production from the iron gear wheels. These guys are going to be used in the form of the transport belt 1. Wherever that is. There. And they're also going to need iron plates, so I should also have iron plates on that transport belt. Bloody hell. What's the most efficient way of doing this? Simple, turn it around. That's... really, this is not too difficult. You build one there. You tell this one to take iron. So we're going to have iron on here. We're going to have an inserter and the one that produces the end product and puts it out. Of course, we're going to have to hook everything up to power. Iron gear wheels, please. See, this is all that we need. Iron gear wheels and iron plates. Done. Looks like we're going to have to upgrade those things as well. Fast inserters. Make these things a bit more effective. I'll get there in the end. In, out, in, out. These can then be used, let's say, heading north. What's a good way to do this? If I have one here, and it's going to be producing the transport belt 1, then it has everything that it needs. But the transport belt 2 also needs iron gear wheels, and a lot of them. Which means that the iron gear wheels should also reach that one. The steel plates, I don't really care. So all that I want on a belt that feeds this one is the, where are you? The iron gear wheels and the transport belts. That's all that they need to be producing. That's it. So if we cycle these things north, and then have 2 of these machines here, these are going to be producing... Oh, that's too close. Can't have an inserter between them. Yeah, that could work. Although it's a very, very tight squeeze here. These things... Yeah. Okay, fine. Transport belt 1. Fast inserters. Power. They're now going to be producing these transport belts probably a lot faster than what I need. But that's fine. I'd rather have an overcapacity than an undercapacity. Let's hijack this line for a bit. Alright, once these things are done, I need you to dump them here. And I also have to have a little bit of a separation here. Filter inserter. That's not a filter inserter. Where's the filter inserter? Still being built. There you are. I need you to just sort out these iron gear wheels. Of course, we're going to need a few more. Okay, so this is the main belt that I was looking for this particular factory. Or production line, rather. And now I can have a couple of these transport belt 2 producers. Fast transport belt. We're under attack. That's a power supply as well. Oh, I don't like that. I don't like that at all. What did they destroy? 1. Shut up. I think they managed to destroy... Yeah. 2 steam engines. And, what's worse, the main water supply. That is going to be critical to fix. We're still being attacked? Well, it's just a secondary warning. This thing has to be built ASAP. Pipes. Fast. If this thing goes, the entire power production goes down. Everything. And it seems to be already happening. Because without these... Let's see, the boilers at the moment do have some. But... There it is, they're not being used. That's the problem right here. Damn these biters. Alright. Lights are coming back on. Do some repair packs. Oh crap. Didn't even think about it. Alright, that should do. Of course, we're gonna have to build some new steam engines here. Where are you? Surprise, surprise, I need more iron plates. I'm probably gonna have to wall off that particular area of the base because it is the key to everything else. Fortunately, I have walls. They're being produced up north here somewhere. There. I'll take all that. Let's get these things fixed. And get the whole area walled off. So once they hit power production, everything in the factory is going to slow down. Alright, now all of the steam engines are back online. So these little shits came in through, I think, here. And I know that a wall doesn't stop everything, but it's at least going to be enough to hold them back for long enough for me to arrive. So I have a couple of gates. There. Now power supply should be walled off properly. Unless those guys know how to swim all of a sudden, in which case life is about to get a little bit more interesting. I'll need a few more gates. Just for my own easy access. There. Okay, that's the power area, now secure-ish. See, some of these things still need repairs. Right, let's fix this and call it a day. I'm going to need more... Actually, I can go with a big electric pole. I don't think I ever used these. Yeah, they're probably more for long-range transport than for in-base use. Again, correct me if I'm wrong. Alright, fast inserters. 1, 2, 3. I hope that the production for iron gear wheels is going to be enough. Alright, and finally ended up with a transport belt with a fast inserter and a box. Okay, I'm not sure if some standard inserters are going to be enough for just readying the final product. Oh, power's low. What's going on? We're producing 2.7 megawatts? These guys must have hit my production harder than I'd expected. What's going on? These things aren't working, are they? Ah. They're no longer hooked up to the main line. There we go. They took down one of these power poles. And as such, everything was no longer connected. These 4 lower engines just didn't do anything. Right now, I think that we need a few more steam engines. See, and this right here is why Factorio is such an addictive game. Because you go, ah, yeah, well, I'm just going to do this quickly. I'm going to do that quickly. And then nothing happens quickly. By the way, apparently I fucked up here. Because I had a line of coal heading here. Alright, I'll fix that too. Where are my steam engines? I wasn't building any? What the hell? Am I just missing something? Or do these things just need a lot? Oh, they don't even need that much. Where are my steam engines? Oh right, my research is done as well. Okay, let's get the research going. Trains. Railways, technically. There's a steam engine. There's another one. Not connected. That can be fixed. Power supply, 5.9. Looks alright. I'm not sure if it's enough. fine. Well, I'll fix that next episode. For now, I just want to get this, what is it, coal issue fixed. There. We'll have a splitter, a filter inserter. I just want you to take a bunch of coal. Because without coal flowing this way, where does it go? Yeah, here. None of these furnaces are doing anything, which means that the steel production is screwed. Right, it looks like we are not producing enough iron gear wheels, as I had feared. Alright, well, I'll have to fix that next episode. For now, hope you enjoyed the episode so far. Let me know what your thoughts are down below in the comments, and I'll see you soon for more videos on Factorio.